Hi guys, here we have a first look at the new Lightning to 30-pin adapter released by Apple, arrived today. It's been much talked about, Apple changing the 30-pin connector over to the new Lightning one, and some people love it and some people hate it. One of the biggest problems obviously is if you've got a lot of legacy devices, a lot of docks or music systems. So we'll quick look at it and we'll see how it interacts with some of the devices we've got here. So typical Apple, minimal packaging. Box, it's got a few little brochures, nicely got the device nicely sort of tucked in here, as they tend to do. We'll just get that out carefully. There we go, put all that aside. And so it's been well publicised what it looks like. So it's actually well engineered. Look, there's been a lot of talk about how much it costs, and you can check out online. You can see some teardowns where they've actually pulled it apart, and there's quite a lot of engineering into this little gadget. So I tend to think you do get your money's worth. Just pull back out a little bit. Now, as it's been publicised, there's no right or wrong way to snap it in, and when it goes in, if you listen, and I stop talking, you'll hear it's got a nice little firm click. And it actually holds it in quite tight, so there's a bit of concern about whether you can sort of stick it into a dock and how it'll go. But there's me holding the whole iPhone by it, and there's a fair bit of, now over a period of time it may start to sort of have a bit of bend to it, but it actually is pretty well engineered. Whoop. It is pretty well engineered. Now while this can go in either way, you must remember that there is a front section when it matches up with the dock, with the cable. So, for example, if we bring up the old cable, the 30-pin, in it goes, it's nice and tight. So it's quite nice. It does the job that it needs to do. So we'll see how it goes with some music systems we've got here. First up, we'll have a look at the Logitech Pure Wi-Fi Anywhere 2. This is a very popular accessory. It's rechargeable, so it'll last about 10 hours, and we'll show you so you've got the traditional iPhone 4, docks in and sits nicely in there and charges away. Let's give a bit of a look. So, using the adapter, snap it into place, on goes the device, so just like before. And if we get some music happening, we'll just see what we got here. So let's try some U2. We've got some U2 here. Now the good thing is that it actually, the controls go back through, so if you turn on shuffle, up it'll come, and if we go for the repeats, so the repeat signals all go through, as you can see over here. The controls all work through as we go. So that works pretty well, and it's quite stable. There's a certain amount of assurance, the fact that this device has a little bit of backing to it, so it doesn't feel as exposed as what we might look at next. So the next one we'll have a look at is the Logitech 315. This is also a popular little device. It's battery operated. It also works off main power, but it has batteries if you want to use it away from a power source. When it's on batteries, it won't charge the iPhone, any of them, regardless of whether it's a 4 or a 5. So just so you know what it looks like, the 4S sits in, and it's actually quite snug and it fits quite well. It's quite stable. The adapter comes along, bring along the 5. Now, it's like I said, it's very tight and it's very snug, but there's no support, so that has to be kept in mind when you're looking at a little bit of lean. Now it's pretty good, but if you were to actually give it a good whack, you'd either knock the phone off of its charger or knock it over. But as in with the other one, it works, controls work fine, sound comes through. It's pretty good. Charging works. It's a snappy little device. Now there's a couple of points I should mention. One is that it won't carry video out, and you really probably have to do a check to make sure that your specific device works very well with it, because there are some incompatibility issues. These two have worked just fine, but there are plenty of reports out there about some that don't carry the signals back through. And also there's something important to mention is, because the lightning connectors is quite small and there's not a lot of margin, so if you've got an iPhone that's naked, has no case on it, it'll snap in pretty well. And the case I tend to use is a very thin profile case, so when that's on there, there's no there's no casing on the bottom to protect it, so it fits in pretty well. So that's great. But there's plenty of reports, if your case actually covers the bottom and provides a bit of thickness to the bottom, you might find that you have issues. So it's actually got to snap all the way in. So you are going to have issues if your case has any protection down the bottom that's going to hold the adapter out. And if that's the issue, you're probably better off looking to get one of the adapters that have a cable on it, because then you'll find that at one end you're going to have a traditional lightning cable which will go in, at the other end you're going to have a plug that'll be like this, that'll go in. So we'll do a quick review when that comes along, but please keep that in mind. This needs to have skin on skin, so to speak, or any case is going to get in the way that has a bit of protection down there. So very important point, keep that in mind. Cheers, thanks guys.